Hi folks, Ken Ring here of www.predictweather.com. I just thought I'd give those living in New Zealand a bit of an idea of what's coming up for the rest of the month. What's being displayed at the moment are my maps for November. They were prepared over a year ago, and I'll just ask you to compare that with today's map prepared by the Australian Bureau of Meteorology and see how close they are in equivalence, because if I can establish in your mind that we've got today right, and well, as I say, I prepared this over a year ago, then you might get a bit of credibility over what I'm about to say for the rest of the month, because in my maps I can look way ahead as far as I like. Well, there you can see the 1028 underneath Australia there, and that's a pretty good match to 1024. There's 1025, and up here 1005 and 1006. Well, how did I go? Well, here we go here. For where it says 1025, I've got 1020. I've got 1004 for the left west of Australia where it says 1005, and I've got 1006 for the east of Australia. New Zealand, you'll see there's a high there, 1022 listed for today. That's what the Australians got for us. And how did I do? Well, we also got 1022, so I'd say that was a pretty good match. Couldn't really be any closer than that. And there's a front coming across underneath Tasmania, which also is in the Australian map. They've got a double L there, which they haven't connected up like I have, but I've got that pretty well pegged. So, having established that we've pretty well got the trend right as it's coming up, let's have a look and see what's coming up, so we can see when the rain events are going to be coming for the rest of this month in New Zealand. So there's the 14th. Now you can see there's a front entering the bottom half of the South Island there, and pretty windy, some close isobaric bars. The high stays strong though over the upper half of the North Island. But that front comes across quite windy across the bottom of the South Island. That's going to be pretty good for surfers. It's going to send some swells up the up around Taranaki there. There's some good swells from that, from those winds that are coming underneath the South Island. There's an L that you can only just make out here around Cook Strait, Nelson, central New Zealand there. I think they'll be bothered by a bit of rain out of that. And let's see what's beyond that. Yes, the L stays there. So whereas the high still stays strong around Northland. So it looks like central New Zealand is going to be bothered from about 16th or 17th onwards. That's around the full moon time, and that looks like the whole country is going to get subjected to unsettled weather from then onwards. So the 18th, here comes the 19th, and let's have a look. There it is there. So you've got a system of low pressure events, if you like, moving up from the 17th. I'll just backtrack. Here we go. It's the 17th. There it comes, coming through there. That low strengthens, that was in the Cook Strait area, and moves a little bit further north, and then you've got a low pretty well covering the North Island as well. So what's happening after that? Well, it starts to settle down. This anticyclonic system, this high pressure system, comes over again around about the 20th, and those southwesterlies are coming up the country, bringing good weather to Westport. The North Island, especially the east there, is still suffering a few showers, but the west coast of the South Island and Southland clears up, and then the high starts to make its way over the North Island, brings settled weather to the upper half of the country, but the South Island starts to get a few winds there coming down from the northwest, and then coming across from the west over the bottom half of the South Island. So there could be a bit of rain in that, but it's generally settled. There's not going to be all that much going on. The bottom southeast of the country is probably going to get a few showers out of that lot, and then it's not much happening here. The top of Northland might get some showers there. The Westport, the west coast of the South Island, looks pretty dry, but look what's coming up. This great big hunk of what looks like barbed wire, which is a cold front and is going to start to come up the country from the 24th onwards. And here it comes. There's not much high pressure in that. So from the 24th up to about the 26th, 27th, the whole country is going to be subjected to a very unsettled system, and it's going to start to clear again around about the 27th. 28th, here's the high taking charge again. 29th, there it is, and across in the last day, across the South Island, especially the south and southeast, and right up as far as Nelson, Wellington, maybe, are going to get a bit of inclement weather. The Northland should stay fairly dry, but then it's going to move up the following day, and it's going to bring rain really to the whole country around the beginning of December, first 4 days of December. So just backtracking quickly, really the only major rain systems that we've got to look forward to for the country are between the 17th and 19th, and then it's going to clear up, moving up to the 25th or so to about the 27th, with the main day about the 25th or 26th of November, to secure your boats and, you know, cancel outdoor events if that's what you've planned. Thanks for watching, thanks for your interest. By the way, my map sets that you're gazing at here, they are listed on my website, and they look like this in the front. We do have them for every month, and they're very reasonably priced. Hope they may be of benefit to people. Thanks for your interest, and I'll catch you again.